Hi there, I'm Aaron Harlick from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and today I'll be demonstrating the use of a compressor in Sonar X3 Producer to hopefully produce a creative effect. So I've got a little piece set up here that I've just been playing around with, and it kind of sounds like this. And I'm pretty happy with that. What I'd like to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of ducking to my bass line and a little bit of ducking to the pads. So to add ducking, first of all, I'm just going to add, it's not really a ducking effect. We're not really trying to clamp down on the bass line. We're just trying to give it a little bit of vibrato, maybe link it to the drum line a little bit and let the drums cut through it a little better. So we're just going to add a compressor on here. Now I add a compressor on my track. I think I want my threshold to be around minus 35 decibels. From experience, I know that's roughly where I want it. My ratio and knee are fine. I want a little bit of gain on that just to make it blow out a little bit when the compressor kicks in. And now I'm going to reduce my attack. I want the compressor to kick in quite quickly. I want it to fade maybe over about a third of a second. And there's my compressor settings. I think that's pretty much where I want them, but I'll leave it open just in case I have to make some changes. And now I'm going to insert a send from my drums. I'm going to sidechain that onto the compressor. And sidechaining basically just means I'm taking the output of this track and putting it into the compressor on this track. This is a post fader send, so any adjustments I make to the actual track fader will be reflected in what gets passed on to the compressor. If it was a pre-fader send, that would mean it would not be linked to the fader on this drum track at all, and it would just be the basic output of the track. So now I'm just going to solo those two tracks together and see what they sound like. And I think I'm pretty happy with that. It's kind of given the bass a nice little, almost a pumping effect. And it's actually used in a lot of modern music, especially dance music. You get that pumping effect by sidechaining your drums onto your bass line. Now I'm also going to sidechain onto my pads, which are playing some chords, because I think it might be nice to have a bit of a sparkly, throbbing almost effect on them as well. So I'm just going to add a compressor again. I'm going to set my values roughly where they were last time. I maybe want my threshold slightly lower. I am going to definitely want some gain coming out of this because these chords aren't super loud. My attack I'll probably keep around 50 milliseconds for this one. And my release I think I want to be just around 450. So now I've got that set up, and I also have to do a send again from my drum track. And that has to go into my chords on my pad. And now I'm just going to solo those two together and see what they sound like. Raise my threshold a little bit, drop my gain slightly. There we go, and I think I like that. So now I'm just going to test the whole thing, and we'll see how that sounds. And that's kind of giving me what I want. I've got the pumping effect on the bass, got the same sort of effect on the pads there, and the drums are actually cutting through a lot more clearly now when the compressor kicks in. And I think I'm pretty happy with that. Thanks for watching my demonstration. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you on the flip side.